Hello guys, welcome to Rex Arthur TV. This is the Rex Arthur Show where we discuss LGBTQ issues with an LGBTQ perspective and an LGBTQ approach in an LGBTQ plus planet where each of us belongs to one or more letter in the 10-letter sexual alphabet LGBTQIAAP. And today we are glad to announce that Angola has decriminalized gay sex. We are happy, and that deserves a clap to the people of Angola and the country of Angola for doing this for Mother Africa. Thank you so much. So this is the news. Angola decriminalizes same-sex conduct. Angola decriminalizes same gay sex. Poor English there. Angola has decriminalized same-sex relationships. Angola decriminalizes same-sex conduct. Angola decriminalizes same gay sex. Angola has decriminalized same-gay relationships, same-sex relationships. Angola legalizes homosexuality. Discrimination. That is a weird one from Kenya. Lawmakers in Angola passed a bill to update their penal code to decriminalize gay sex. We'll read. Okay, they are saying like, okay, it's either way. Yes, when you decriminalize gay sex, you are actually legalizing it. So they are right to say that. Angola decriminalizes same-sex conduct. Rights groups say Angola is the latest African country to decriminalize homosexuality. Congratulations, and that is great. Now let's read from Human Rights Watch. I think it's the best website. And there you are. Our flag is rising high. Of course, sometimes I question. Anyway, the LGBT movement says even if the red stripe begins, it's no problem. Even if the purple stripe is on top, it's no problem. So reverse is the same as verse. So we are okay. Now, Angola has finally shed the divisive vices against nature provision in its law, widely interpreted to be a ban on homosexual conduct. Taking things one step further, the government has also prohibited discrimination against people on the basis of sexual orientation. And so anyone refusing to employ or provide services to individuals based on their sexual orientation may face up to 2 years in prison. Congratulations, beautiful Angola. The changes came on January 23rd as Angola's parliament adopted its first new penal code since it gained independence from Portugal in 1975 and removed the provision inherited from its Portuguese colonizers. While there has been no known prosecutions under the law, provisions like this one curtail the rights and freedoms of lesbians, gay, bisexual, and transgender people, subjecting their intimate lives to unwarranted scrutiny. Congratulations. The best paragraph in this article is this one. While there have been no known prosecutions under the law, that's what I like. They haven't prosecuted anybody. So some people will be saying, if they haven't prosecuted anybody, why touch the law? There's a reason. Because the law is still attacking and violating the human rights of LGBTQ persons, because people who want to know their lives will use the law to scrutinize them. And that's bad. That's a violation of privacy in the name. It's abuse of the law. Yes, it's abuse of a bad law. That's why it has to be removed, so that nobody takes advantage of a bad law. Now, colonial era laws outlawing same-sex conduct give tacit state support to discrimination against gender and sexual minorities, contributing to a climate of impunity. It's Angola, the country's only gay rights lobby group, has often complained that its members face discrimination when accessing healthcare and education. Yes, and I like what they're saying. It contributes to a climate of impunity, because if I'm to get a job, I need to bribe somebody because of my sexual orientation. You're joking. If somebody knows that you are a lesbian and you are fit to work in that job, in that office, and then when you go to that office, instead of them hiring you, they will tell you, guess what? We will only hire you if you can pay us money. So you beg these guys, please, I need this job. Life is so hard. I will do whatever it takes. Take even 10 million. Take it now. And the job is yours. You see, that's the problem that is happening when people don't hire you. They hire you based on who you are. That's the worst method of hiring people. Only hire people for what they can do. That is meritorious hiring. Never hire anybody for what is called for who they are. Never hire anybody for identity. That you're a woman, so we will not hire you. Or you're a man, so we won't hire you. Or you're gay, so we won't hire you. Or you are black, so we won't hire you. Or you are a disabled person, we won't hire you. No. Hire everybody for merit. If they passed in what you wanted them to do, they deserve the job, irrespective of what they do in private. That's what you should say. I was so discouraged when a friend of mine told me, I asked him, what did they ask in the interview? They asked him whether he drinks. And I was like, what? What a question. You see, don't follow someone's private social life, because it can affect your judgment. Because if you know the person drinks, then you'll say we can't give you the job because we know you're a drinker. So I was wondering, is it what you do in private and in social joints that counts, or what you're supposed to do in the office? You should hire people for what they will do for you in the office, not for what they do in private. That one is wrong. So you don't go and ask people, do you drink, do you smoke, whom do you have sex with, how many sex partners do you have? No, that is none of your business. You should ask questions that will help your business grow. Last year, Angola gave legal status to Iris Angola, wonderful that they called it that way, which was established in 2013, a move that can now be seen as a forerunner for this latest step toward equality. The group called the decision an historic moment, allowing the organization to defend the rights of sexual minorities in Angola. In contrast, Mozambique, another former Portuguese colony, decriminalized homosexuality in 2015, when it too adopted a new penal code but declined to register the country's biggest LGBT group, Lambda, leaving it to operate freely but not legally. Okay, Mozambique has still not yet allowing the LGBT groups to operate legally, but they have decriminalized homosexuality, which is also good. But I think Mozambique should try and take the Angola route of not only adopting a new penal code as they've done, they have also, but to take the route of allowing LGBT associations exist. Because if you have decriminalized homosexuality, why are you criminalizing homosexual associations and homosexual groups? It is an oxymoron. So Mozambique, wake up. And another good thing Angola has done, which I would encourage many African countries to do, is to reform their penal codes. There's a very good argument by the former Kenyan Chief Justice, who is calling for the reforming of the Penal Code of Kenya, including to decriminalize assisted or suicide, attempted suicide rather. And I agree with him, because people who attempt suicide are not criminals. Yes, these are people with mental disorders. Yes, completely. Let me tell you, the 21st century is going to have the toughest dialogue in the world when it comes to mental health and criminal activity. Yes, it is the toughest. It is the toughest century for mental health sciences and criminal sciences. Reason being, there are certain crimes that are committed by people, or so-called crimes that are committed by people, not because they have intent, but they are mentally unwell. Of course, the legal system already provides for mental assessment of a suspect, from which, when it's discovered the person is mentally unstable, they are charged guilty but insane. But the problem is that you cannot, things like suicide, attempted suicide, and things like hate crimes like homophobia and transphobia, these are crimes that are stemming from a mental disposition. Yes, a mental disposition. You see, like homophobes, when I meet, these days I don't argue so much with homophobes for one reason. I think they are mad. Yes, they are mentally disordered. Because there's no way you can give somebody facts, scientific facts, that this person exists, and they say no. So in my view, I'm talking to somebody who is mentally unwell. He cannot perceive, he cannot recognize, he cannot understand the reality that men can have sex with men and women can have sex with women. So when you find this person, they still are homophobic, they are still transphobic, what can you not do? Or what can't you do? Or what can you do but say they are mentally unwell? It's like teaching somebody 1 + 1 is 2. Then you ask him a few minutes later, what is 1 + 1? 25. Then you say, no, 1 + 1 is 2. You've got it? Okay. Okay, what is 1 + 1 again? 3,500. Excuse me, we've just said 1 +. So imagine if you take 2 hours to explain to this person 1 + 1 = 2. And after the 2 hours, they still can't say or understand that. What do you want me to term that person? Sincerely. Not even a malevolent human being can take 2 hours to explain to you what 1 + 1 is. Not even a malevolent one. Because people will say, a bad person, that was just a bad person. He knows the answer, but he just wants to take you around. Then he's the most stupid, bad person in the world, because he's wasting time. He would rather answer the question, we go to another question. Nobody who is sane wastes time. Yes, not even a criminal. A sane criminal does not waste time, because he knows time can catch him. Have you seen thieves when they enter a house? They can't waste time, because if they do, they will be arrested. So, an insane criminal does not even have a sense of time. Yeah, can't. So when you're with somebody and you keep on asking 1 + 1 and he still can't give you the right answer, that person is mentally insane. Yes. Because no sane person, absolutely none, wants to waste time on one question. They know the value of time. That's what I'm trying to say. A sane person values time. An insane person does not even perceive time. This is why when people are addicted to something, they can even spend the whole day doing it. They have no sense of time. That's what people need to understand about sanity. There is features of sanity is that you are aware of time. Features of sanity is that you are aware of other activities that need to take place in a day. You see, features of sanity is that you are an organized, therefore an orderly person. Organization means order. That's why mental disorders mean mental disorganization. And it can be seen in your habits and in your behaviors. So you cannot come and tell me a homophobe is a mentally orderly person. No. When it comes to science, they have a problem in IQ. Yes. Because you may find a homophobe, he's very organized, does his things, but he's a homophobe. No. When it comes to scientific IQ, they have a problem. Yes. I'm beginning to raise this as an issue, and this is why I support the former CJ when he says that attempted suicide should also be removed from the penal code, because most people are committing suicide not because they want to, but because of stress. Yes. That's what I'm already telling you is happening in the world is a very big discussion between mental health practitioners and legal practitioners to really understand humanity and the law. That humans may be committing things not because they are sane, but because they are insane. So what do we do in such a situation? So this is what we need to understand. That's why very soon every company will be having monthly psychological assessments of their employees to see if they are really sober, if life is really going well, or maybe they are stressed. Sometimes people say, no, don't disturb your employees. You need to know, because sometimes if they are stressed, it even affects the productivity of the company. And you are thinking the company is collapsing because the employees are bad. But it's because life is stressful. So they need to be psychologically strengthened so that even if life is stressful, they can still be productive. So these are the discussions. We are going to a more dialogue world because we are becoming more and more scientific. All right. While countries such as India have been compelled by court rulings to strike anti-homosexuality laws from the books, others have done so through legislative reform. Recent examples include Sao Tome and Principe, and Cape Verde 2004, two other former Portuguese colonies, as well as Lesotho, congratulations, Seychelles in Africa, and Palau and Nauru in Oceania. In casting aside this archaic and insidious relic of the colonial past, I love that, it's a relic indeed, Angola has eschewed discrimination and embraced equality. The 69 countries around the world that still criminalize consensual same-sex conduct should follow its lead. Yes, I agree. Thank you so much to Human Rights Watch for a very beautiful article. This is the way to go, and we are going that way. And slowly but surely, you know why did the Angola court do this? And not the Angola court, the Angolan parliament. These are sober parliamentarians. Yes, sober. They are reading. These are politicians. Now you can call sober politicians. You are not supposed to have a politician who can't read. That's what I'm saying. If you find someone is homophobic, after even giving him science, there is something wrong with their brain. Yes. And we need to be serious. I'm sorry. I may sound a bit harsh, but this is the reality. No offense. It's not a crime to have a mental disorder. Yes. It's understandable. You can have it even if you're a politician or a professor. It's possible. So what should happen when they find out you do have it, they should keep you aside. And I'm telling you, things are changing. With the mental health discoveries and mental health theories coming up in the 21st century, things are changing everywhere. Don't play with any academic theory that is released in the academic space of the world, because they make they bring changes to the system. You see, when LGBTQ sciences came up, the world changed because the world realized they used to see LGBTQ persons, but they never used to understand why people are like that until the science proved. So the science proved it, then we had a problem. People were not accepting the science. So we asked ourselves, why are they not accepting facts? Do you know when you go to a judge who does not accept facts, you have a right to take the case to another judge? Yes, that's why there's retrial, there's appeal. It is because maybe the judge who was in charge of your case was mentally unstable. Yes, you're joking with mental health. Yes, you're joking with mental health. You know, when you are doing a case and the judge and the evidence is put before the judge, and 90% of the people in the courtroom, they'll tell you the way that case went, it's going this way. Then when the judgment comes, it's the opposite. You'll ask yourself, but what happened? You ask yourself, what happened? How did this judge miss all that evidence to go this way? So you go, you have a right to appeal, or you have a right to retrial, because then they find out the judge was actually unwell mentally. So this is what you need to understand about life. We are very happy for Angola, and more countries are going to join the list in decriminalizing homosexuality, because homosexuality is another sexual lifestyle. Natural. It's natural. I tell people, if you want to know homosexuality is natural, go and watch gay porn. Just one video is enough. How can a person erect for a fellow man? That is nature. You cannot come and tell me that it is demonic. So that means even heterosexuals, when they have sex, they are also demons. Yes, because they also erect when they have sex. So if you say homosexuals are demonic because they erect, then even heterosexuals are demonic because they erect. But if you say erection is natural, then a homosexual erection is natural. So, end of story. Let us decriminalize, let us liberate our LGBTQ members, our family members. Thank you so much.